this program, as the name suggests, is about using internet technology, the communication technology, the ICT, to promote a business. Now, before that, we thought that it's better to give a couple of lectures on general what is business, what's the e-business, and the basics of marketing, which we expect you to know before we get into the e-marketing, internet marketing. Now, what do we call e-business or electronic business? It's normal business, nothing different than any other business. But the e-business is a kind of business which will use the information technology, the internet, and all the other social networks and the distribution channels which you can use to the full extent. Is a fully integrated using the information technology. Now, you have heard about these things like e-shops. Well, most of places you do your internet shopping. We can call them e-shop. The e-commerce, now we can do trading on internet. You know, it's the same thing. It's not much difference. You can do your purchasing. You can do auctions like eBay. You can go there and the system would put the seller and buyer together. You can have collaboration with platforms. You can have a third-party market. These are portal systems, which like Alibaba or things like that. You can have what we call a value chain integrations, that is from a supply chains all the way to your distribution and going all the way to the customer. Like, you know, you have got your e-business rather than stocking the products yourself. When the order comes online from your customer, it will be passed on to the manufacturer or the main distributor, and the distributor will dispatch it. So you don't have even the warehouse. So there are many ways of doing your business online. Now we're going to move into, you hear about other things like this. There are classifications which, like we say, B2B, B2C, B2E. Now there's a B2B is a business to business, like when you are in a supply chain. I mean, I'm manufacturing a parts which I'm selling it to another manufacturer who is going there. Or my service is a kind of service which I sell it to another business. You know, I'm a consultant or providing financial services. So that becomes a B2B. B2C is like every day you go online and you buy something online. So you are a consumer, the customer, a Joe Block in the public, and a business is supplying you to. A B2E is a business to employee. It can be like internal affairs of a company, which we can deal with all our employees within the same online system. B2G, business to government. G2B, government to business. A lot of services by e-government, you have heard about it. You can go and do your, you know, get your passport issued, ordered online, or set up a company online in this country anyway. So these are different situations which they were. Is actually the publics are different. And you say, what type of public is serving another type of public? Now let's move on now. Very quickly, we're going to look at the business environment. It doesn't matter if you're doing an e-business or normal business, you're subjected to the same environment. But the e-business, by its definition, it goes beyond a certain boundaries, geographic boundaries. So you're not just affected probably with one national market or local market. You can be affected by international events. Now, when we look at a business environment, we usually categorize in two areas: macro environment and a micro environment. Now, as the word suggests, a macro environment is a wider sort of environment, the kind of forces which are exerted on the company, and the company doesn't have much to do with it. You have to accept it. You know, the social environment, the economics environment, the political environment, the legal environment. So all of these you have to comply with. Now, wider your business, you would be affected by wider issues beyond your normal society. Now, the microenvironments refers to forces which are closer at home, the inside the company itself, its competitors, its consumers, you know, the prices within the same range of products they are giving. Now, we're going to look at these things a bit more detailed. Let's look at the macro environment. First thing I'm going to look at is economics factors. Now, if you are in a downturn economy, we're going into recession, market is shrinking, usually most of other all the products get affected in the same way. So the economy, it has got an effect on the company. The company is not big enough to do anything about it, has to adjust to it. When we look at the e-business and the e-marketing, we will see there are some flexibilities, because if we are going beyond the certain boundaries, going to different countries, we may bypass the local problems, economic problems, because in another country those issues are not there. But that's definitely, e-businesses are more flexible to deal with it than the normal businesses. Now, social factors. Now, the social factors are all there. The cultural issues, what people think is right or good or bad or whatever. So that's normal. But when we're dealing with internet and e-business, there are other issues as well. Like, certain part of the population do not use internet, because of their age, maybe, because of the availability of the technology to them. Maybe they don't trust it, to put their details online. So there are certain social factors which actually has got more effect on an e-business situation rather than a normal business situation. But it is getting better now. I mean, if you're looking at it over the last 10 years, people easily go on the internet, they do their shopping, and they put their credit card details, although we hear about the frauds and things like that happening. So becoming more normal. So that's getting better. The legal and ethical factors, like any company, you have to obviously operate within the legal system, which you are in there, an ethical system. But an internet-based business, which goes beyond a certain boundaries, obviously the laws are different in different countries, and you have to be careful about it. The taxation, you may be affected because you are going from one region to another region, and there are these factors which will affect your business. You have to pay attention to that. It's a bit bigger than a normal business. Political factors. Political factors affect everybody, every business in the same way. You have to look at where your e-business taking you, which countries your clients coming from, and what are the situations down there. Finally, which is actually technological factors. This is very important for almost every business because their production process may change, maybe some products become irrelevant. Our lives goes on and we use certain things in certain time, and after that, like film, you used to have a camera and have a film in it. Have you seen anybody using a camera with a film nowadays? I mean, only professionals use it because you have got digital cameras. So because of a technological advancement, certain products just become irrelevant altogether. So you have to make sure where are you, where the technology is going. But what we are interested in is actually the information technology, because it's going at a certain speed now. Thinking about having a face-to-face discussion on your mobile with somebody else somewhere, other side of the world, probably 5, 6 years ago, it was a dream. It cannot be done. Now it's something, everybody does it. You do it on your FaceTime or whatever you do. So the technological advancement within the field of information technology, it is giving us more power and more power as we're going forward. So the future is more e-business rather than less e-business. And other businesses have adopted and will adopt more to come and run their business within this sort of environment. Now, the microenvironment is a typical of normal business operating. What is your business? Who works in the business? What's your production? Like, what's your efficiency, productivity, and all those issues which is within your company. Suppliers, who are your suppliers? How do they supply to you? All these are getting affected by information technology, becoming faster, more efficient. So, an e-business or not, information technology is coming into these things. The marketing intermediaries, these are resellers, the distributors, the marketing agencies, people who do your campaign, advertising campaign, or your internet marketing, your web designers. So These are all affecting you very closely, directly. You have a control on it. That's why it's a macro environment. Your customer market, who are they? Are they government? Are they business? Resellers? International market? If you think about a normal business which is physically bound to a place, and all these, the salesman have to drive 200 miles to get to their client, in any business we don't have those problems. Our markets can expand. We can be on Skype or some sort of video conferencing and talking to a client anywhere in the world. The goods can be shipped like that. All the transactions and processing of order and invoices, all can be done online. The payment can be done online, everything done. So we can conclude the sales without even physically seeing each other. And the goods are shipped from somewhere in the world to the client wherever they are. That's the power of the internet marketing. The competition. Now, they are there as usual. They're all moving into the technology. They're all going to use the internet technology if they're not using. So business as usual. The only advantage you have got, be first. Get on with it before they get on with it. And your publics. Obviously, your publics are your consumers, your local citizens, international citizens, national. They're all looking at you. And internet puts you right in front of them. There is nowhere to hide. All your information is there. With a little search, they will find you. So you need to be much more quicker in the way you communicate with your people, with your public, and the way you give the information to them. Now, we're getting to e-marketing now. The e-marketing is the simple definition from Institute of Direct Marketing is the use of internet and related digital information and communication technology to achieve the marketing objectives. In short, is doing marketing as before and using this technology to reach our audience better and easier to give the message to them. And probably we can improve on the communication to bring it to two-way communication. Now, the benefits of it will allow us, I assume all of you use internet, so you can imagine these benefits easily. It gives us wider geographic coverage. Anyone, anywhere in the world can find our website and read about our products and our services. We can reach more customers by using the internet marketing and using Google marketing or marketing on Facebook and many other large sites to reach a bigger audience. It is cost effective. The amount of cost effective, think about it. If you've got an online shopping, you don't have a physical presence, so you don't need a shop or a retail outlet, first of all. That's the biggest saving. Then the customer goes and spends their time looking at your products. They choose something, and they do the whole process of sales in a way they would fill all the information in. They choose the product, they put their financials details in, whatever it is, credit card, and they click. So you don't need any manpower to do a normal process of a company would have done, issuing sales invoice and all those information. The customer is doing it. Because it's electronic, as soon as the order is made, a copy is electronically sent to your dispatch group or your distribution channel, and they will ship it. So all the paperwork is done. Okay, somebody is looking at it to make sure everything is working, but it brings the cost of process down. It's accessible. The term 24/7, I think, came out with internet, because nobody else could have been open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, around the clock. But your website is open. Clients can go out any time they want, 2 o'clock in the morning. Sit down, do your shopping. Is fast and is immediate. You go there, you find it, you order it next day, 2 days later it's delivered. Amazon. The only way is so fast because it is electronically all combined together, working together, and the client is the one who is initiating it. They putting all the information, they saying what they want, they say when they want it, how they want it. If you look at our website, we can design it, we can have interactivity into it, we can have video in it, we can have clients sitting somewhere in the world and somebody in our office or on a Skype and talking to them. It's a two-way communication, is a kind of sort of media which you can tailor it to your audience. You can have multiple sites, multiple languages. It is your imagination what will hold you down. Whatever you think is possible almost to do it. Besides looking at the marketing and sales and market reach in this issue, it also makes it easier for us as a business to manage our supply chain, because the same system works with our suppliers. We know immediately as the clients put an order what we're selling. The statistics can come out just like that because the system store it. It will tell you how much you sold of what product, when did you sell it, what's the seasonality in it, and that information would be passed to our suppliers. That's how we want the product, when we want the product. So you would get the just-in-time management to the perfection. Let's see what else we want to talk about it. I mean, you can source suppliers the same way people go shopping, you can shop for suppliers, isn't it? There's no, it's immediate, you can see it. One of the probably most powerful part of it is the marketing research data, both from your own system, because everything is digital and it's information technology going inside it. You can have a software to process who is your client, what age they are, where do you live, where do they live, and so on. Also, there are other suppliers of data, people like Google and Facebook, and which can provide you with client list with a very detailed profile, because these people put their profiles in their systems and they sell it to you. So, and as it goes, it's building up. Millions and millions of people around the world, probably billions now, are profiled. So you can find them. I want somebody, I want this type of people in India, southern part of India, with this age sort of band group and with this kind of interest, and it gives you. So how many do you want? 1 million, 500,000, and you get it. I think I'm going to move on. There are lots of other things. You can read it on your notes about the benefits. You can feel it. The last item on this talk is the marketing mix. Now, the marketing mix, obviously you're supposed to know it. It's about how we will define our product and all these attributes and our markets. Like, what am I selling? To whom am I selling it? What price am I going to sell it? And how I'm going to get it to you? Now, we like to make it simple, so we call it 4 Ps. Price, product, promotion, and a place. The price is quite obvious. You're going to choose what is your pricing policy. Is it cost plus, something that costs you that much, you're going to add something to it? Or you're going to skim it, you've got a niche market, you're right on top of it, and you like iPhone, and you're going to demand higher price for it, as long as you can, and so on. The product itself is, what is it? It's physical presence, it's a design element, it's packaging, it's functionality, and all those things which is within the product. Sometimes you've got a control on it. I mean, you are designing it from scratch. Sometimes you got given a product and this is it. You have to sell it. So you have to find what's the best attributes you can give it to. The promotion, that's a marketing communication, selling, your advertising, your packaging, your communication, reaching the client, that comes under your promotion. And the place, which really we mean distribution. How do we get it to the people? There's no point to advertise something and people go out to buy it and they cannot buy it. That's where the internet marketing is brilliant, because you advertise it, you don't need to distribute it all over the world. You just need to have a distribution points, and then people put the order, and from that point you will shoot it, post it to whoever you want it to. Now there is 7 Ps as well, which is an extension of the 4 Ps, probably more suitable for service industries. When we look at the physical environment, the process, and the people. We will look at these more effectively when we are actually doing the e-marketing and addressing these issues. Now, I know you got a headache now. I tried to go fast and quick on it. We have a next talk would be about our positioning, targeting our markets, and market segmentation, which would be the end of our sort of conventional business talk. Then we will go head on into the actual internet marketing. Now, you have an exercise on this on this course, which we are going to ask you just choose a product. A famous one is easier to do, and then define its market environment, the macro environment and the micro environment of it, and take it through the process. And that product, we want you to take it through the next step and next step and next step. So instead of coming for different products and doing different analysis, it's easier to focus on one and take it through the course all the way to the end. I will see you later. Take care now.